What's going on Facebook? What's happening YouTube? How y'all feel, man? You tuned in to another great episode of the Male Translations Podcast. We breaking down the difference of what men say and women hear, giving men a voice, giving women insight on relationships, the men's voice when it comes to relationships. I'm your host, Mr. Male Translations, Clarence Brown, certified life coach and relationship coach. And I'm in here with my guy, man, spiritual leader, good friend, co-host of the show, Pastor Dozier's in the building. Pastor Dozier, what's happening, bro?
Going on, man? Making it through another rainy day in Florida. Getting through it, but other than that, still support black love, man. I'm looking for a lot of great love, marriages, some good things happening for this year. I think 2021 is gonna be a year of healing, relationship healing.
Most definitely. You already know, man. Relationship healing. Y'all can search that. I got my new little shirt right here. Hey, listen. Also,
I see that.
You can scan the shirt and it'll take you to the website.
Yeah.
Just like how you do on the menus. Now they got the electronic, paperless menus.
Mm-hmm.
So absolutely. So we're coming up with some big things. I got some merchandise for relationship healing coming out. I ain't gonna tell y'all. I don't want nobody to steal my stuff before it get copyrighted.
Right.
Jeff, what's happening, bro? How's happening, bro? We see you out there, man, showing love.
Jay Short, what's going on?
So, like I said, got some good things, man. Go to Relationship Healing and check that out, man. That's my website, man. A lot of great things on that website. Also, that free quality, high quality man versus low quality man checklist. I keep telling y'all about it, lady. Now, it's for the free. Go ahead and do your thing. You gotta make sure you capitalize on the free. Who's that? Is that C. Renee in the building?
Not C. Renee.
Send me information for sponsorship clips. Yes, sir. No doubt. We always appreciate a good sponsorship, and we always are offering the platform for you guys to be able to showcase and highlight your business. Anybody that wants, you see, it's a visual, so you got something that you want to be able to show to the people, to the masses, and service that you offer and provide. Listen, you can do that through the podcast. But tonight, y'all, we got a great topic for you, man. We're not gonna hold you. The topic for tonight is sex how women invest in a relationship. All right, is sex how women invest in a relationship? And the reason why I wanted to talk about this is because I covered it with a friend and an influencer as well. She goes by the tag Marriage for Millennials on Instagram. Y'all can go check her out. Coach Rochelle, she was a relationship coach as well. So we talked about that on Instagram, but I said, man, I'm not going to leave Facebook, YouTube out of this discussion and conversation, because I feel like, for as much as women would like to say, no, we don't use sex as a way to invest in a relationship. At least I don't. Like, what?
Right.
I think I can beg to differ, because the proof remains to be seen. There's a lot of people that would feel like women do actually offer themselves as a means to say, hey, I'm making a commitment to this, making a commitment to you. What's the saying they say about I don't do this for everybody. I don't just go around.
I don't do this. I just don't go around here just giving out my and doing that.
Right. So that means a lot to a woman, in my opinion. Now, ladies, if I'm wrong, y'all let me know. Hit that comment section. You already know it's getting flooded right now. What's going on? Antoine, what's happening? Jesse, Renee, y'all out there. I'm sure probably Val and Troy gonna creep in here in a quick second. Deaconess Tamika, we always got a very loyal fan base. We appreciate y'all. What we need y'all to do though tonight is hit that like button. If y'all out there showing love and support, y'all appreciate the conversation we have every week. Hit that like button. I need a like because it expands the reach of the show. So if it costs you nothing to click, if anything, just go ahead and hit that share button or that like button. But like I said, the topic of is sex how women invest in a relationship. Like I say, some people will say, "Oh, I had a lot of women post, no, of course not. Why would we do?" Like, no, that's almost offensive. But from what you see, being a single man, BC, when you were, before Christ, and the same could be said for myself. I mean, listen, fellas, we know it's a lot of women that, hey, listen, like, don't be telling nobody I do this, or like I said, I don't do this for everybody type chicks. So, it's almost like, I don't want to be embarrassed. I don't want to be looked at less than what I am. Make a certain decision. But at the same time, I think a lot of women believe that it's a huge part of staying in the top of a man's mind, keeping his interest, holding his interest when it comes to dating. So let me go ahead and get into these questions, right? So do y'all believe out there, Jeff, Antoine, C. Renee, she already flooding the comments right now. I appreciate you, C. Renee. Do y'all believe that women do they use sex as a means to commit to a man? Is it something that they feel like, hey, I can use to manipulate a man? Is it something to where they just feel like, hey, once we cross this threshold, once I invest this part of myself, then it's no going back from that.
Right.
Because
See, Renee kind of jumped right on it. She said it's one of the ways. Yes, I believe that even though it seems trivial to men, sometimes sex is something that they like. So women feel that it's something women see as value to men. So yeah.
But why so many women say no? Why were so many quick to jump to the answer of no? And I think, Stephen, you probably took a second to think about it.
I think
outside the other one.
Yeah, I think the problem is women don't have the freedom to openly say something like that. So I hear women say so this. Oh man gotta have this. Like think about the comment of man got to be his own provider. He got to be this blah, blah, blah. So women don't talk about. Yes, I was a woman who let him have my car, and I did provide him, and I gave him money.
Right.
It's things that women do. They just never openly gonna say it. So women always like, nah, I ain't let no man just take me. Like, come on, my body, like, come on, I'm not a hoe. I'm not like that.
Right.
But there's so many women that had so many one night stands, so many women who felt like, hey, in order to keep this guy interested, I gotta let him,
that's pressure.
Come chill, and I gotta let him come and sit on the couch, at least try me tonight.
Right.
See how I'm gonna go. And then I just keep, most women to tell you like, what I do know that's private, that's my business. But come on, there's a whole lot of one night stands. There's a whole lot of, hey, to keep him interested, I had to give him some of these cookies. You know what I mean?
Absolutely. So it's a competitive market out here, ladies, and we know. So when you, and here's the thing, I ask this because women feel like when they into a guy and they do this, it's almost like, come on now, like I've shown that I'm willing to take that and I'll make that investment. So I'm expecting for you to make that investment in me through a commitment, right? And I've never heard women speak on them being upset. Well, I ain't gonna say never, but for the most part, you don't hear women upset about a guy that they didn't have sex with. Like you say, okay, well maybe we wasted a little bit of time, but even if the time was wasted,
you ain't going in on no dude that you ain't had sex.
Exactly. You not the women out there aren't really saying, man, you know what, he wasn't about this, and I'm just so sick and tired of it for the dude that she ain't had sex with.
No way. Right.
But the dude that she did have sex, and if I'm wrong, like if I'm lying, I'm flying, I need y'all to hit this comment section of flood. Let me see what Jeff's talking about. He said,
definitely is a tool. He said, I agree. Some do use it. Sex manipulate, man. That's rough.
So I'm gonna ask you, Patrick, do you think sex in some ways does keep a man? And is that the reason why women believe that they have to, inject sex into the equation in order to hold on to a man's attention?
I don't think sex will keep him.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? I think once a man has decided to lock you in, I'm always believe that, hey, most men will fall in love and keep you because he feels like there's a level of love and understanding that you have for him. Mm-hmm. That's bar none. Now that you had that initial signature sign, like by the man who says, hey man, this part about you, I love this about you, you ain't got to change. I think women at that point, they devalue the power of sex because, and I hate to say this, ladies, I don't think women, I can openly say this, I don't think women think of what to do after the marriage. I think as a kid, you grow up, you want this, maybe you want a baby. Mm-hmm. I always say that I think women want to be at least one or two things before they die. It's either a great wife or a great mother, if not both. Right. So because of that, I don't think there's no thought to what to do. Okay, now I got the husband. So that's why the sex go down, the respect, everything go down because I did all I'm supposed to do to get here. Right. So at this point, that a lot of times women don't know, man already love you. That sex can help.
Absolutely. And what's in this?
He ain't no warm up and and all this. Just be on go. He on go.
Right. You know what I'm saying? I think you said it before. Hey, listen, when a man starts talking to you, whether it be this, that, any type of way, it's incumbent upon you to listen, ladies. So when he said that, hey, listen, you know what, this is an area that's important to me, I think some women downplay that importance. I saw a video today, right? And fellas, y'all let me know about if y'all feel this is not accurate. But ladies were saying, hey, listen, you know what? When we're dating, then we have those fun moments where it might have been, hey, we in the backseat of the car, we slide off into the corner into the club and do whatever. But then once we were married, then it's like, we're parents, we're business on, marriage is a business, okay, all of this. And I'm trying to see how as a married man I can convince younger men to get married when you have a group of women, 3 women sitting right across the table three men and telling the men like, hey, listen, during this time and stage of the process of dating, we can do all that. But once we get to this point, then it's like it's serious business. All of that needs to stop. And that just means that to a man that I don't know. It's almost like she made that investment. Now after I got my return, now it's a settlement here.
Yeah. What you're saying is true, because there's a whole lot of people who feel like
bring the woman, what's happening? We see out there, girl.
That sex, and depending on who is, I hate to say it, the thirsty one. I hate to say it. I mean, a lot of times women can use it, like Jess says. Women can use sex to manipulate a man. Man be sitting around stressing. I ain't even gonna tell you all the things that men go through when he ain't getting it. But
speak on it.
It's tough because, forum. Because he's a good guy. So a lot of times, a woman invests in even forgiveness and clearing the air with sex. It's almost turned into a lot of guys who's already in committed relationships. Sex is this thing that women use sometimes to make you feel like a worthy thing to, like, I think I'll do this for you today. Well, you got a grown man who are supposed to be, y'all supposed to be, in love and this together, and all of a sudden she has this, prize that, hey, she has control of now how it goes. And so, it's tough, because then I seen a woman who jump off the dresser, was doing stuff in the car all the time. Then all of a sudden she turned one day and be like, well, why don't you initiate it? Why don't you make me feel like, it just, I'm telling you, it just changes. So I'm just saying, so yes, I personally believe that women, I always thought women controlled the avenue of sex. The story is, oh, man only wants you for your sex. But the control of it is always a female. Right. Man goes to the club, he can be trying to buy drinks, he can think about his outfit. The woman already know tonight if she having sex. And so I'm saying women use that to invest. I wonder how I'm going to use my sex tonight.
Right. Yeah, that's
to get what I'm going to get.
Funny as it sounds, absolutely. That's the mindset, because you have women that, listen, we see so much content on a daily basis where women are using the fact that they are attractive, or that a lot of men are attracted to them, that they say, hey, well, listen, you got to pay for this. Don't, you know what I mean? So you see this, you know what I mean? I done spent good money on myself, fixing myself up. You got to pay for this.
Right.
And it's almost like, hey, listen, if I am going to make a move, I'm going to make sure I'm strategic about the person I'm attaching myself to, soul tying myself to, and in the end, it's with the mindset of return on investment. I'm not about to waste my time. So if you ain't got the cash, you ain't got the flow.
And all times, I think in all times, it's investment. Woman tripping, she think, you know what? I want A, B, and C to go smooth. And y'all can be in a relationship, you with a significant other, like, exclusive, you could be married. And she feel like she already know. The man be like, man, what is she gonna try to do right tonight? You know what I'm saying? I knew that. You know what I'm saying? We having problems. You know what I'm saying? he trying to think, okay, everything kind of good. You know what I'm saying? Ain't nothing really in the way. We cool right now. But I'm telling y'all,
how many times I done had those thoughts like, man, okay, it's 9 o'clock. We getting close.
We good. You know what I'm saying? That is kind of. The night's still young. You know what I mean? Ain't too late. Well, you know what I'm saying? Like I'm talking about, he doing all this, but at the end of the day, she the one got to feel like, you know what? Let me see what I want to invest in. Let me see, because I hate to say this like this. I don't know, after y'all been been in exclusive relationship for a while, if it's ever just, ooh, I just got this great attraction. I just want to do this with a man. Ladies get complacent really fast. Mm-hmm. So that means she's thinking about future and kids and dreams and trips and this and how do I look? And so she wants to look sexy when she goes out. But the sex part of it is like, come on, I'm already married. Like, it just changes. So I'm saying, then if she does it, it's like, okay, what am I investing in today?
Yeah. Wow, we see you out there, girl.
It's going to be an investment like, okay, what am I going to get into? After all, he been okay. Like, I'm telling you, it's either investment or I look at it as a reward.
Absolutely. But see, to me,
the reward relationship or the investment relationship.
The reason the topic came from the fact that when I recognize that certain family members, certain people close to me that are women deal with the fact that it's like, okay, well, I didn't know that I wasn't supposed to have sex with him before a certain point. Like, I thought this is a part of dating. Like, we talked for a couple times for a little bit.
I didn't talk about it. So I don't want to cut you, but I'm saying the same thing. The reward actually is an investment. It's like somebody working at a job a little while before you know that they're trying to keep you, so they give you a little 35-cent raise.
Mhm.
Like, but that is a form of investing in you. It's a reward to you, but to them, it's investment.
Right.
Keep you cool.
This is what you and after a certain while, then they say that you're invested in the company.
I'm invested in this. Yeah. That's how females is about that thing.
Invested.
Yeah.
Invested. You invested. I'm
totally agree.
So
and I believe when a woman, I put that right now. If a woman has invested in sex in you, she now puts demands, or she can put demands on without sex. But the moment sex in, oh no, like
stipulation. Remember now, because when I said, now I don't do this for everybody. Man, that's almost like a blank check or a blank contract that a man signed when because women will use that to say, hey, well, I don't just do this for everybody, so don't just think that now that we done this that it means nothing to me. Right. It does mean something. So now it means something. It need to mean something to you because you signed a solid contract. What you didn't know. I want to check out some of these comments though real quick. Show some love. See what they said. Go ahead.
So yeah, Clarence, that is true. It won't keep him, but that out of sight, out of mind thing feels real. So if a woman is into a man, she wants to do what it takes to hold his interest. Sometimes it backfires. Sometimes it does backfire, but women have hope that it sticks. Just say, man, I heard women say that they can get their man to do X, Y, Z by just putting it on them.
Now, hey, I've heard that.
What I'm telling you is women use it just like that. It's and I hate to say it, but I mean, she's gonna get a different response from the guy the moment she says yes to sex. In any case, whether they've been together a short period of time, long period of time, it's gonna change.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And she gonna trip if she invested. Like she's like, come on. Like, I mean, a man almost feel like I can't even say nothing today because he can't even get upset about that if he don't already. I'm telling you, man.
Yeah, it's really.
And then what I hate is the double standard. It always sounds like it's the man. Mm-hmm. It's the man doing this. Say, we know that sex is important to men. I don't know if we feel that children removes men's desire and absolves us from the obligation. Well, I think it's a little bit of both. I do think children have a play on how it go down, but the power of the sex is still there.
Right.
You know what I mean? I think a man respect the fact, okay, you and the baby. So the average man, I remember who said this a long time ago. Two men said this. One dude was with you, and I was with another dude. Mm-hmm. They both said the exact same thing. That's what I remember. What's the dude name? Name started M. He was like, man, sometimes dude wants sex. He want that investment. What he start doing is trying to kiss behind all day. He be trying to lay that thing out all day.
The foundation.
Right. But I'm saying the myth is the guy is all he wants. Right. Mm-hmm. And when the guy even he chases sex, it's not an investment. The woman will look at it like, okay, you invested some of yourself and you had sex with me. It's never looked at it like that. Right. It's more like, look what I did. Look what I did for you.
Come on now.
Like I know I can get respect. I know you can call me back after last night. Like it's not, he didn't do nothing. You know what I'm saying? The investment was from her. And so I'm saying that trend, even if they're married, it stays as like, you know what, I think I'm gonna treat you tonight. Now, ladies, here's what I need to know, ladies. Can any lady admit, yes, I've used sex, yes, to help orchestrate the mood, or the joy, or what I wanted this weekend.
You puppeteering. You calling these plays. Look, you Don Shula out there on the real. And so, but my beef is this, Pastor Dozier, because as men, when we marry a woman, we are expecting a deeper commitment or a deeper, sacrifice to the cause or to the needs of myself after I've committed my life to you. So if I'm a man and I say, hey, I want to make you my life partner, I expect now for you to be even more committed to satisfying my needs as I am yours. But the difference is that's how we as men think. Well, on the other end, you have women that when they get married say, okay, well, now that we're married, like now everything changes. So this is why, like I said, it's hard for me as a man being married to convince younger men and men that are single to say,
hey, man, she's gonna change on you.
And I can, and women can't even tell you different. Women can't even say, no, it don't be like that. Like if you do this, it'll stay in the same. We'll keep it up if we keep, give us a formula, ladies. Like at least be able to say, hey, if you do this, then it shouldn't be any drop off. Just
And let me
because
say
they're
that too,
there.
ladies. So Clarence brought a really good point. Let me say this, ladies. Let me tell you how insulting and painful it is for a man to know you care about looking sexy or all things that's attractive only when you leaving him.
Mm-hmm.
When you met him,
Right.
you took time to do like this just because you thought he was coming over. Y'all gonna see each other. Y'all was gonna eat dinner. Now you got him, and you only get dressed up to do what? Leave.
That's cold blooded. Yeah.
Then you say stuff like, I don't even know if you find me attractive no more. Then watch this. You saying you don't know if you find me attractive no more, and you still gonna use sex as this. You know what I might do for you? You know what I might do for you?
You be good all day. Like, come on, man, kill that. And then that's supposed to be something he looks up to, looks forward to, and
it's like, think about the game minute. You're doing it with some level of investment in it. Like, hey, I don't want him tripping. After all, we was kind of this. I'm gonna do this. So
the soothe and ease the situation.
Yeah.
So
and that's all.
Now we gotta ask a question for the fellas, because ladies have sent me this question and want us to respond to it. The question is, do men respect women that are quicker to become sexually active, or do they lose men's respect? Because now, okay, do women gain respect, or do men respect them? That those that are quicker to become sexually active, or do they lose respect from men?
Do a man lose respect for a woman because she had sex with her?
Right.
No, I don't think a man lose respect. Nah, I do think sometimes in the sexual activity, if you were portraying one thing and you mess around and just went real, you went real gutter on him. He's like, man, you went about that. Like, I mean, because a lot of times women portray this. I'll be honest with you. I'm going to say this right now. I hope I don't get nobody upset. You portray this Christian portrayal, and I'm trusting God, and I was like, I done heard it happen. I done heard a guy tell me about his own mouth, man, pal, I know she's saying she crazy that out, but and it all came out. She was like, I know it sounds crazy, but I just want some company tonight. Like, it's like you came in doing this and this. Right. That's what I'm saying. I think you lose respect for what you think you stand for, not necessarily the sex. But if you're trying to imply like, no, I don't be like this, and I respect myself, my body. My man gotta, I gotta know who you are before I give myself to you like that. I just, I respect myself more than that. Like, right. You go hard with that, and then all of a sudden that night comes, he's like, I don't even know. I'm just saying, to a real man, you ain't gonna be able to tell. You can say, I usually don't do this. When he get back in the car and call Clarence, like, well, she wasn't buying nothing.
Well, I mean, she was about something.
Oh yeah,
she
yeah,
went about what she was talking about. She went about, you know what I mean? And I agree.
I made her put her bow down, dog. Like I'm telling you, it's dudes that'll tell you the truth, man. I made her put that thing down, man. I made her go in there and put her kids to sleep. Go back in there. Then he got you. Say, no, not right to do. Not do what I said. Don't come back here, right? Don't knock on Muhammad door. Dude got you, baby. He got you. He done lost all respect for you. Especially if you want them chicks like, I already gave him his medicine, so he gonna be asleep. What? You ain't buying nothing. I gave him his medicine. He gonna sleep good. I gave him a little extra. You gave your child a little extra medicine. He got a little cold. I gave him a little extra. Gave him a little extra test tonight. Oh, you ain't buying nothing. But that means all for the sake of sex. You done gave your child another, give him another spoonful. All right, that man's sense. You know you ain't buying nothing. All that for that. I'm telling you, man. And ladies,
for the pepper.
You do pepper. I'm just saying, ladies, we gotta be real.
Lord have mercy.
But I'm being honest, saying, hey, ladies, y'all do. I mean,
Lord, man.
I've never seen a woman who bowed out to sexual activity in any form with nothing in expectation. So it's a true story that hey, it's sex how women invest. Women tell me, and I know this is gonna be, I probably won't get nobody to say yes, but have you ever got sex and it was for nothing? I just don't believe that. It's some kind of calculated thought in it.
I'm sure they're gonna say, hey, listen, whether even it be that I just felt the way, I was in control, I knew what I was doing.
Yeah, that is a small 5 to 2% of y'all ladies out there that just natural, flat-out freaks, and you stay on go. But it ain't many of y'all.
It ain't many.
Ain't many of y'all.
It's all. It's yeah, like you said.
We've
deduced. We the deductive reasoning, and we come to a conclusion that this is what.
I heard one lady in my life tell me every time he always he got a headache. I said he said he got a headache.
Mm-hmm. Either something terribly wrong.
You a monster.
Yeah.
He's saying I gotta give it some more fluids, and maybe I'm trying to recover from yesterday.
You are
this morning
right now. You know.
Yeah. I hear women often say, "Oh, your sex should be at least." I done heard a lady open their mouth and say, "Guess what? Sex should be at least once a day, at least before you go to sleep." And I'm saying, "Where you live at?"
Yeah, but I know spot.
Every night.
I got one for you, dog. Yeah, but no. Here's the thing. I think like the question was, do women lose respect?
Right.
And to me, I think it just goes to how you carry yourself, what imagery you put out, how you carry yourself. So when like Pastor Dozier said, if you carry yourself in a fashion that says, "Hey, I have a higher standard," then all of a sudden you pull that veil back and the standard was low to the then all of a sudden now everything is turning against what you portrayed yourself to be. So you lose respect out of that, right?
Yeah.
But I think it's room for a woman to lose a little bit of respect as well. Listen, it's been situations that I've encountered where it was like almost like
she ain't about nothing.
Yeah, it was almost like pick you up and hey, before I don't even want to go get nothing to eat, right? That whole type of vibe. To where even myself, I was shocked. I was like, man, I don't even, you know what I mean? You too thirsty. You know what I mean? You dehydrated, all the way dehydrated. So I'm saying to myself, and what ended up happening, I got
that's the thing,
right. And so I do know that there are some that I've seen that just carry it like, hey, and you know for a fact, hey, I might go ahead and take this opportunity, but still, it ain't gonna be no callback. It ain't gonna be no unless I'm just feeling like I ain't got nothing better to do. I'm just feeling like that type of night I need to go ahead and get right. That outside of that, don't think you wifey material. That I'm thinking about you in the form of relationships. So yeah, you lose respect. Yeah. You lose respect. So here's the thing. It just depends on how you carry yourself.
How you portray yourself off real. How you initiate yourself off real is gonna set the tone.
All right. So now here goes the thing. Right now, I've had some clients that I've had as far as coaching clients that are celibate. Now, as a man, it's hard to kind of navigate this space. It's very tricky. You walk in the tightrope because you're talking to a person that really truly believes that, hey, I've done all I can do, and I'm at a point now where I feel it's the best thing for me to do is just to hold back and refrain in this area. Like you said, like you gave the example, a person been through a car crash, you can't tell them to go a different route. You can't tell them not to put on their seatbelt because they feel like
what they've been through.
Right. So a person being celibate, like, hey, I done risked this, I done gave myself, I done invested myself. Right, we talk about rent the own relationship, the whole nine, and so now they feel like, hey, I'm gonna be celibate. I'm, regardless, I'm doing this. I want to know, do you think that women who are celibate, have unrealistic dating expectations when it comes to men and sex?
Well, it just depends. It comes back to what you said, is what you portray. I mean, likely this being real. I'm just being real. It ain't a lot of men that have that same portray. They don't have the same background. Now, I know some men that will. I know a man right now who was that way, celibate, and the chick was like, "Come on, cuz, like, we already talking about marriage. We gotta test these waters
at some point."
You know what I mean?
That's how she
the problem with a lot of people that want to be celibate is because, I mean, we gotta be real. Somewhere along the line, the celebration of love. That's what I think sex is created for.
Right.
The celebration of love, the covenant between a husband and wife. It's not got so watered down that now it's nothing. It ain't even nothing with the gender. It's like, come on, it's just sex. It's, you know what I'm saying, man or woman, like, it's just sex. So you got a generation now, I'm not sure if this subject will even appeal to the 18, 19, because it's like, no, ain't no investment, just sex. Right. Like, now you got people saying, I want to do this. I seen this. My own son had a text says, hey, I'm saving oral sex to when I get married. Mm-hmm. But other than that, it's just sex. And I was like, I'm saying all that to say, hey, the celibate side of person who's saying, hey, no, it's not what I want to do anymore. I think that person is at a place where, and I don't want to be in nobody's business, but maybe you gave out so many cookies. Mm-hmm. You now are saying, hey, at this point, I'm going to be celibate. And so back to Clarence's question, is it realistic? I'm going to say it's realistic for you to feel that way, but it's not realistic for that to be what you do to the door. I know only a few people who've been able to do it to the door, because the other problem is you gotta find somebody who like you, who's gonna be invested in you so much without the area of sex. And it's not like you are a virgin, you're celibate. You decided to stop.
Right.
So it's like somebody saying, nah, man, you don't know fried chicken no more. Ever? See what I'm saying? I know you're working on your health. I know you let's clap out, you done lost 14 pounds. But you don't ever want a piece of fried chicken?
Right. Now,
and you got to find somebody who's willing to be there with you.
Here's the thing. The reason why I believe that it is unrealistic, like you said, it's not unrealistic for a person to get to a point where they feel like this is the best course of action for them. But the reason why I feel like it's unrealistic is because, like you said, you just gave out the key words. Hey, a person has to believe in you, has to like you enough to take those steps. And the reason why it's unrealistic is because I think certain women don't consider the fact that this person hasn't yet had reason to commit to you to where they feel like this is something that they adopt as well. So a woman will say, hey, well, I'm celibate, so I expect a man to come in and adopt celibacy with me without even knowing if he likes me yet. And right now, be knowing if he wants to commit his life or a portion of his time in his life to this same practice. So that's why I say I think it's a little bit unrealistic, because those women that do get to that point, like I said, it's different if it was a man that never had sex before, so he never even experienced the feelings of that, right? So now he's like, well, it doesn't change anything. But for a man that has had sex before, has been active, then now he's saying to stop that and just, before I even like you adopting from day one, I gotta adopt this new practice to be with you.
Yeah, or vice versa. I've seen people go into it together and say, okay, at this point, as we go towards marriage, we're gonna be celibate together. But to do it one-sided and meet a guy and I'm just let you know.
But here's the thing too that makes it unrealistic. You still want to date the same way you date a guy normally when you were having sex.
Right. Still come over late night.
Like, no, not even that. It's just the fact that, hey, listen, if you're gonna be celibate, you need to be trying to press it toward marriage a lot faster. Because at least let's think about it. If a man say, hey, listen, I'm going to adopt this practice, I'm really into you, like we vibing, kicking it, it's going well. But yet, if you saying, hey, I need you got to give a time frame. You got to at least say, hey, listen, we selling. I'm gonna be selling for these 3 months for us to really get to know each other, for us to really get to figure one another out. Something.
And you can't have no long list too.
Don't just leave it.
Celibacy, you can't also be talking, so you work where? That's where you work? Like you can't, celibacy is a big deal. That's a big deal. You can't be around here talking about what he work at and you just love them shoes. I just want you to dress like you can't have no list. Celibacy takes up like 5 things off the list. Like, come on. Right. Like, come on now.
Yeah.
This dude kicking it with you with no, he can't even talk like that. Like, he can't even deal with, y'all can't even talk sexual because, you know what I mean? And
like, you don't want to get enticed or distracted.
Right. Especially if you are style, like, no, let's not do that. Let's be careful with how we touch. And, like, you can't have no other issues. You can't, like, it just, I'm just saying.
Tough. It's very tough. That's why I asked that question, because when we talk about sex being an investment and a woman saying, hey, like we said earlier, most women that are upset about a man or hey, he ain't about nothing, it ain't it most of the time because she had sex with him. Yeah. They had sex and that was the part that she felt like was a waste because it didn't work out or he wasn't a no good guy, whatever. Yeah. But if she doesn't invest that, then it's all good. It's like, well, whatever. I ain't.
Here's the better question: Can a woman deal with a man being that way? He just feel like, I don't want to invest sex into this right now. I know it's going to change some things. I just feel like
I believe absolutely. It's crazy.
You think a woman can?
Here's the thing. Listen. So this is why I say that is because so many women, the sex ain't really what was the real desire or the need or the thing that they were looking for. Now it's a part of it. It's say, hey, listen, I've been single, blah blah. But when I think about the fact that a woman saying, hey, if a man be celibate, she's like, okay, cool. As long as you taking me out on these dates, you still spending good money, you still hanging out, we doing all this.
You gonna be celibate? Yeah. No. See, I think Clarence is giving too many of y'all some hots out here the benefit of the doubt. I believe y'all hot. So here's the question. Let's find out who tells you. I believe you're hot. I believe that a woman couldn't take a man just as, so I'm gonna ladies. A man says, hey, guess what? We get to know each other. I need at least 6 months to a year of celibacy with you till we can go towards something. Like, I want to know, ladies, could you be invested in a man? And the man now was saying, I just don't want to invest sex into this right now until I better know. I want to know, ladies, yes or no, thumbs up or not. I'm not. Clarence, thanks. No, I'm
not trying to cover the ladies. What I am trying to say is I hear too many women talk about all the other things that are so important to them.
Yeah, I need some ladies to tell the truth.
Yeah.
Can you be celibate? Can you be with a man and you're open to him? He's attractive. You want him. He's just saying, nah, man, I'm celibate right now. I don't really want to invest.
Okay, so let's debate this side. Let's debate this side. And fellas and ladies, y'all let us know whose side y'all on. Now, the reason when he called me 2% please, that's my little nickname here. And here go the point that I'm trying to make is when you see content, when you see stuff in the streets and hear women talk in the streets, it's more like, hey, he got to have his money right. What you bring into the table. Hey, my kids got to like you. It's so much more into it than just him knocking out the park. Now, if you knock out the park, that's great. That's a plus. Now, that also adds and it bodes well.
I think the guy that's knocking out the park, he ain't got to have a great job when he's knocking out the park. Mm-hmm. I think he's knocking out the park. Guess what? Hey, I know you and man be going through some stuff. And he don't really deal with you because you're not his real daddy, but it's okay. You know what I'm saying? Like, I think that covers so much. And I'm telling you, man. I need all hot girls to tell the truth. Just for a few moments, about 2 minutes, I need all hot girls to raise up and say, I can't take that. Mm-hmm. So can you deal with a man that's celibate? He's saying, I don't want to invest in the love and sex. Like I don't want to put that kind of investment into us right now. Give me 6 months to a year. But he's attractive. You want him that way, but he's just saying, no, I want to be celibate.
See, that's the difference. That's what I'm saying. See, when you talk about women, everything got to be particular and it depends and based off this. Now let a man that's not as attractive approach it, but he got other things popping. Yeah. She gonna be like, "Hey, you celibate too?"
Don't matter.
So now, right?
You too.
So now she's seeing it like, okay, well now not only I'm not all that physically attracted to him, but he's great in all these other areas. Now these celibate take the pressure off me. So this is what I'm saying. I've seen so many women where it's like they focus on other things outside of just that. Now, what you said was a difference. He attracted her, and she into him that way, and he's saying I refrain. Now, in that case, it don't matter if you got a job, if you got 401k, if you got 8, 9, 10 baby mamas, because she's like, okay, well, you feeling a need, a void. But man, when it come down to it, that ain't gonna be what's gonna be the selling point. That ain't gonna sell him. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? So and we need to know. We need to know. Is it who's right or who's wrong? I think women would say, I'll take a celibate man because hey, he's contributing this in that area. Pastor Dozier say, hey,
I'm saying you're hot out there. I'm saying on the low, more people hotter than you know, and they can't live like that, man. Especially like I'm into this person. No way.
Yeah.
I think it's a different time. I think ladies want sex just as much as men.
Yeah. But women, we talking about. So remember now, we talking about a certain age range. You talking about hey, a topic like this don't even reach 18, 19. So we think about. Yeah, we think about 30 to 40, 45.
Yeah, I still think y'all hot out there. I know. I still think there's some hot out there.
Now, so to your point, then they might say, hey, this guy right here, I'm keeping my eye on. He's celibate, but he tweaking some things in there. I can see where he's going.
Right.
But I'm gonna still have my little, whatever, electronic or whatever, or I'm gonna have somebody that's filling that void too. It's what like you say, because if they hot like that, they still gonna have somebody on call.
Right. I believe that.
On call. So here go the thing, right? So that's the thing when I asked about celibacy. I think some people, especially women, have an unrealistic expectation of the fact that a man who has experienced sex before has to now shut that down and commit to her, and you don't even know if he like her. But she still say, well, I just can't find a man that'll commit to this, that'll adopt this same practice. They're like, well, that's gonna be tough. And not because I'm a man, not because, I might be talking about religion, but just because I'm a man don't mean that I'm just saying you just give it to him what you will make. But hey, unrealistic. So do women feel hurt when a relationship ends because A, the time they wasted, or B, the investment they're made with their body during that time?
Oh, no.
Do women feel hurt when a relationship ends because of the time they wasted, A, or B, the investment they made with their body during that time?
Yeah, I think the time they wasted. I don't think they care about that coach. I ain't mean to say it like that. I'm just saying I don't think they care about it. Excuse me. I really don't think they care about it. They all like, I wasted so much time on him. I just want to. I'm never saying, guess what? He got my body. I gave him myself. Nah. They're not caring about that.
Okay, but see,
they're not caring about that body.
So?
No.
Listen, I think they do care about the fact because I say if what we said earlier is true, that when a woman don't have sex with a man, she ain't as emotionally affected by that. Then to me, it means that when she does, it's more about, hey, I invested my body during that time. It wasn't just the time that was wasted. Women will waste time with a guy, like I said. Think about the celibate dude.
I just say I think what you're saying is true. I just think from the moment that a woman has sex with a man, everything else is given up at the same time. So the moment a man has sex with a woman, has sex with a man, everything goes with it. I think at that moment she was like, you know what I'm saying? You can always come by here, you can have a key. Like I think the moment that it happens, I think all the other things happen at the same time. Like I remember having sex, hey man, you can just take the car, you can take me to work. Like it all happens like that's that last straw. So usually if she do it early, it's hard not to want to get a man to keep your house. You having sex with him already. Like all that comes. I agree with you saying that it's some of the other things. I just think the woman don't let you, she don't give you no money, help you with this in this situation, let you come to the house when she ain't like, I think that happens after sex. So to me, I agree with you saying. I hear what you're saying a little bit, but I just don't think my body, I gave myself to him.
Yeah.
But you're right. I do think, hey, women don't get hot. Right. What we're saying true, that basis, that thesis statement of, hey, a woman flip out on a man because she invested, she don't have sex with him. I just think sex is what helps a woman feel like, hey, I'm not gonna be like this. Come on, we're not even like that. We don't even but sex, oh no.
I do believe like, so. I open the window to say this. After let's say 6-9 months, then like you said, the sex wasn't a big deal. It's about the time I wasted. Once we that dating window, that timeline goes over 10 months, maybe a year. Then if it don't work out, women will say, hey, it wasn't, I don't care about the fact, because of course we've been together a year, at some point it's gonna happen. So that's no longer a big deal, as much as I feel I wasted a year of my life with somebody that didn't work out. So yeah, I give you that. But I do think, like I said, it's a big deal to women where it's like, hey, I invested my body, and that's what made me feel more hurt that it ain't work out. Like, come on, man. Like so what you think is the solution to this? Let's end this with this discussion. What's the solution to the question of, is sex how women invest in a relationship?
Right. I think the bottom line has got to be, ladies, if that's your moment of truth, if that's your weight, if that's your I did this, I did this, I think you have to just think about what you're investing in. And I'll not say what, but who you're investing in. Because the only solution is, if you don't want the repercussions, you got to have more thought about what you're investing in. You know what I mean? I do a thing with my daughter where I told her if she ever decides she wants to start dating, she don't have to. But if she ever decides she want to do it, I'm going to give you 4 seasons to be with a young boy without me. 4 seasons, I'm going to give you 4 times. So I'm going to give you 4 times in a year. Do it. My daughter, so I thought she never was going to do it. Like, Dad, I don't care about that. She turned 16, the game changed. So I say this because the goal is, I already know what she got to invest. I got to deal with this as a father. But the goal is trying to have more thought behind what you investing in and who you doing it with, because the moments matter. Now, in my case, I'm telling her you only get these amount of moments. The truth is, in life, you have a bunch of them, and you don't have nobody telling you, come on now, you can't just keep doing this with everybody because you keep investing. So like right now, she mad because she down to 2. And she don't turn 17 in February. She ain't thought about homecoming. She got to think about it now. You sure? You sure he that important? Because you don't get no solos. Right. Now, what I'm saying is, I think even as an adult woman, you got to think like, hold on. I already gave out cookies to, 20 dudes. Some of y'all is 30, 40 years old. You have since you was, 18.
That's 12 years.
12 years. We can at least count 12 dudes.
Right.
I know some of y'all will say, well, I was with him 4 years, but then the 2 years you was free, you went through about 4, 5 right through them single years.
Yeah.
So I'm just saying, when you start thinking about how much you invested with no return, I think the only answer to the solution is, hey, you got to be more mindful of.
You got to do your research.
Yeah.
That's my answer. That's the same thing Pastor was pretty much saying. Do your research. This is why, like I said, I created this high quality man, low quality man checklist for you to be able to audit a guy, be able to say, okay, well, based upon this criteria, these things will help me identify somebody who is worth the investment. You see what I'm saying? So before you put your money into some crypto or real estate or whatever it be, stock market, whatever it's going to be, just make sure that you do your research and know how, what you're investing in. That's the bottom line.
And be okay with the L. There's a chance. Listen, all risk in investments, you can lose.
That's a fact.
Yeah.
That's the truth. So again, when it comes to the fact, I think we covered a lot on this topic. Is sex how women invest in relationships? There's so many women. It's not to talk down on any woman. It's really to show that, ladies, we as men, we see that it seems like after a certain point, the game changed, the situation, the room in the environment changed because now we done jumped this broom. Now we ain't married, but we done jumped this part of the threshold. So yeah, it is an investment, and a lot of women they that's where the emotions start to get really involved. This is why you say, hey, women can't have sex with a man and not leave something. You talking about soul ties and all of that. You see what I'm saying? So that just means that there was an investment. There was a little bit of chips that was left over and still, you know what I mean? So yeah. So I appreciate y'all locking in with us tonight, man, hitting that comment section and tuning in and tapping in. So guys, I need, like I said, y'all go over to my website, relationshiphealing.co. I got the free high quality man versus low quality man checklist. I keep mentioning that, and that's free. That's on my website on the first page. Go to the bottom, it's on the home page. All right. Also, I have the book, Come and Talk to Me, The Women's Guide to Why Men Don't Communicate. Got merch, shirts, things for women and men, coffee mugs, you name it. Go check that out on the website. And before we get out here, Pastor Dozier, anything else that you want to add to the topic? We're gonna wrap this thing right on up.
No, man, definitely, man. Once again, I just think, man, that hey, man, life's so short, man. I'm not saying you ought to live scared, but you got to ask yourself, man, I can't keep investing in the same thing and getting no return. So I just think you ought to be mindful of that, man. And, I don't know it's going to sound too spiritual, but, man, one lady asked me specifically, man, Pastor, what I got to do, to find this a better man? Let's just stop doing everything you was doing. Like, my last investment didn't work. Mm-hmm. This don't work. Well, he just been the wrong guy. He might be... It's like, man, it's that investment.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? I mean,
that's just like a person that's crapping out at the crap table. And
what I do different than win the hit. How about you get off the table? Start with.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Learn the game a little bit.
Yeah. All I think about, man, logically and probability of how I hit, man, it's so in the air. Mm-hmm. So, I'm just saying. I just
appreciate you, Jeff, brother. So, guys, we're going to be on up out of here. Some Male Translations Podcast. We break down the difference of what men say and women hear, give men a voice, give women insight on relationships, the men's voice when it comes to relationships. They need y'all to hit that like button, hit that share button, share this with somebody, man. Share this with a friend, a family member, a cousin, auntie, kinfolk, anybody that's close to you in your friend circle, family circle. This is good information to share and spread the message. So we'll see y'all again. Till next time. You already know, man, the Male Translations Podcast bring you another bang. That's what we do. And we'll see y'all next Tuesday night. All right? Be out. Peace.